welcome to this edition of Business Supes, where we interview successful local business owners, learn a little bit about them, their business, and their business superpower. So today I am joined by Chad Potter from Drywall Specialists. Chad, thanks for taking some time to hang out with us today.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. So I guess we can start off with your origin story. So tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business.
So I grew up in the Tulsa area. I went to Tulsa Public Schools and then graduated from Broken Arrow High School several years ago. After that, went to Oklahoma State University, got a degree in business, specifically marketing. During my middle school, high school, college years, I worked for a commercial drywall company every summer, cleaning up job sites is where I started. Then by the end of it, we're doing framing, acoustical ceilings, the full drywall services, kind of learned the trades through my school years. After I graduated from Oklahoma State, came back and worked for that company that I worked for through high school and college. And then just, they didn't want to have the growth to where it would accommodate essentially another owner or owner level person. And so I started my own company and right at 20 years ago.
Okay, very cool. And that's interesting you say that. I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were talking about intrapreneurs and entrepreneurs, and the intrapreneur does what you did and they go and learn learn how to run the business, learn the tools of the trade from somebody else and get paid before striking out on their own. So that's a really cool way to do things. So what was it specifically about owning your own business that really spoke to you?
I think it was just an opportunity to make more money, essentially, is what originally got me there. This company didn't want to grow. And I kind of understand now, being in business for 20 years, it would be hard for me to bring on a person at a level of salary and create that growth for someone else's salary. And so it made sense for them and made sense for me to go out. But essentially, it was money driven at that point, and then just kind of figuring it out. If I look back 20 years ago, the hardships then, it was over hundreds of dollars trying to make ends meet, and so we just kind of ground through it and got here where we're at today.
So what would you say are some of the benefits now of owning your own business, for 20 years?
At first, like, the highs were really high. You get a job and it's really exciting, but the lows of, being slow or just financial woes, they were really low. And so now to get through it for 20 years, it's the highs aren't so high and the lows aren't so low. You've kind of been there, done that to a point, and figured out how everything's going to pan out. So it's not as scary, I guess.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, not as scary, but I think I was talking to another business owner not too long ago, and they said that they still wake up in the middle of the night periodically and think, "Oh dear God, we're not going to make it." Because
that
there's
never
just
goes
always
away. You just get used to it.
Yeah, but like you said, there's just so much more potential upside for owning your own business as well. So, so you said it's Drywall Specialists, which sounds like you do a lot more than just drywall. So, can you give us a little bit clearer take on exactly what all you all do?
Yeah. So, I mean, what we tell people, we're a full service drywall company. So what that means in the commercial world is we also take care of metal stud framing. We basically demo in our contract anything that we install. So framing, so walls, ceilings, insulation, door frames, doors, millwork, things like that. But so we do metal stud framing on the commercial side, drywall, of course, the grid and tile, the office ceilings that people see. But what I tell people is, we'll come and do a doorknob repair in someone's house. We at one point, we're drywall repair specialists. We had a just very specific repair component because there's such a need for that. And we still do that. And that's a huge part of our business. But we'll do a doorknob repair in your house, but we're also framing a historic building downtown. We're a 6-story apartment conversion. And so we're doing the full wall and ceiling package on that. So when I say full service, we do anything from really small to really large projects.
Okay, very cool. So you say so that sounds to me like you have a team. How big is your team?
For sure, we have a team. So in-house on our management side, we have 6 people, from office staff to project managers to just guys that, I can't even tell you what they do all day, but they're out there just putting out fires, basically. And then beyond that, we have 40 guys in the field every day doing the actual drywall work.
Okay, very cool. Wow, that's a sizable team. So I hear a lot of people talk about how hard it is to find good workers and challenges with keeping good workers. So what are some of the secrets that you've used to be able to get a great team around you and then keep them?
Part of it's just time. Over 20 years, we've accumulated great guys, and we want to treat them right and hope we are treating them right. And I think we are. And I think a testament of that is just the fact that we've had guys that some of them have been with us since day one. And we've got guys that have been with us over 10 years. And, we have a few newer guys, and they either fit the mold really quickly or they don't. But if they do, we take good care of them, and we've got a lot of great guys on our staff. And so over the years, we've been able to kind of accumulate a really good staff. I will say it's hard now. It's hard to go grab 3 or 4 or 5. If we got a big demo job that we need to grab some guys, it's getting a little easier, but the last 5 years have been challenging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, definitely the last 5 years. And then, there's talk of this economic downturn, coming. So, and I know things have slowed down a little bit in the construction world. So what's your outlook for 2023? What do you foresee?
We make our goals every year, and we kind of have an offense strategy, so our revenue strategy, and a defense. So, just basically cutting back our spending, or how can we get more efficient? And for 2023, it's essentially just status quo, just stay with the level of revenue that we had last year. And really, we've been consistent over the last 5 years. And it's just shifting who we work for. Another good thing of being in business 20 years, we've accumulated a great customer base. And so those guys call us, we're their guy. And so a lot of those guys, I'm not going to say they're recession proof, but if the commercial guys have been really busy, or the new home builders have been really busy through the last 5 years, now we're going to start seeing our remodelers pick up, and our repair and smaller guys like that. We're already seeing it. They're starting to get busy. So just having all aspects of work, whether it's commercial, residential, repair, remodel, just having your foot in all of those, for when you do have a downturn on the bigger projects, you have the other ones that kind of pick up the slack.
Yeah, that's fantastic to have multiple places, and then to be able to rely on those customers who you've had for so long because you do such good work. So that's fantastic. So kind of going in that line of thinking, what's the thing you're the most proud of in your 20 years as a business?
I think our reputation overall, we're known for high-end quality work. We're probably, I'm not going to say the most expensive, but if we're not, we're very close to it. And that's just kind of part of producing high quality work. You can't do high quality work. There's no secret to it. It takes more labor or better materials to do high quality work. And so that's what we're known for, and that's what we've kind of created a name for. So I think that's the thing I'm most proud of. But a big part of that is our labor. We can all go buy the same material at the store, but the labor and kind of their mentality of what our expectations and our customers, and knowing that they're working for the top quality drywall company in Tulsa, they take pride in that, and it shows.
That's awesome. Yeah, the same podcast I was talking about, they talked about, if you want to be the best, you got to surround yourself with the best. So that's really
Sure.
a cool thing there. So, all right. So the question everyone's been waiting for: what would you say is your business superpower?
I actually thought about this earlier. It's pretty boring. I was thinking about, like, what's a superpower? I think it's just maximizing efficiency with our labor and our guys, and with that, being consistent with that efficiency. I was, again, thinking about this before we had got on the podcast here. I think that when I say maximizing efficiency, some of our guys will go to 3 or 4 repair jobs a day, knowing where they're going to go at 6 a.m. before they go to that first job. It gets their mindset of what they need to get done today. And if I just send them one job, then they're going to go to Quick Trip after that job's done and call me and say, where do I go next? Then they're going to have to get material. If I send them, sometimes I'll send them 4 or 5 jobs, knowing there's no way they're going to make it to all of them. But they go get all the material at once. They have it. And so it's efficient. And just doing that every day is kind of what I think it helps us succeed, not only financially, but keep our customers happy, get to jobs quickly.
That's fantastic, because so many, you hear the saying, death by 1,000 cuts, right? And
That's
that
it.
can happen in business as well.
And that's one of
I heard
the
it said
things.
once.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's one of the things that I've been reluctant to let go of in my company. I still get up every day at 5:30 and send our whole company out. I know where every guy goes every morning. And I feel like if I turn that loose, not that someone would do a bad job at it intentionally or not want to work hard, but knowing how to do that properly, it's huge financially.
Yeah, no, very, very true. I've heard it said that successful companies don't die from starvation; they die from indigestion, because
Right.
it's like, we got the money, let's get a new fleet of trucks. We've got the money, let's, just spend money on things that we don't need, get new iPads and things like that. So it's good to know that you've got things on lockdown there. That's fantastic. So last question: what nugget of advice do you have for other business owners?
Just in general, or to new business owners, or
Whichever you prefer.
I think just hold on for the ride. Come up with something you want to do, and stay the course. Don't flip flop what you're plan is and your goals. Set something at the beginning. Of course, things are going to ebb and flow, and you may pick up some things. But to do something for 2 or 3 years and think it's not going to work and then completely switch gears is, I've seen a lot of guys do that, and they basically start over multiple times. And I think if they would just stick with something, I mean, drywall is pretty boring. It's not an exciting thing to talk about, but we're good at it, and it's been successful for us.
That's great advice. And boring is profitable, right?
That's right.
Things that get exciting can get really expensive really quick. So, well, Chad, thanks so much for taking some time to hang out with us today and sharing about your business and your business superpower. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much.